Hello and welcome back to Think Code and More. So today what I'm going to be doing is looking at RealityKit. So you might be wondering what RealityKit is. It is technically AR, aka augmented reality, but it's created with Reality Composer, which is an easy way to create 3D models or import your own and put them into their own position and transfer it into an AR app and show it in your real world. Reality Composer is just a really easy editor tool for RealityKit. So now let's get on to Xcode. So now we have Xcode right here. Let's create a new Xcode project. And since I am running this video software, it might be a bit slow. We want a augmented reality app. And now let's name this probably YouTube test RK. So now there's also two user interface ways. There's storyboard, which is what we're used to with the main storyboard, and now there's Swift UI, which most of the UI can be held in the code. But we don't really want Swift UI since we are going to want the storyboard because not everything is actually just UI, it's actually AR. So now we have language Swift, that's obvious. We don't need any of these. Next. Save this wherever you want. You can create a Git repository on your Mac if you would like. That means you can go back one version of your actual project. So now while this is opening, I got it to full screen now. Simulators, it's not really going to work for me since I'm actually doing this in a YouTube video, but I can see. So now here we have something called experience.rc project. This is all the same: the view controller, main storyboard, assets, launch screen. Now, we were to have this small little box, and this is the project we have it in, the experience project. Now we can open this in Reality Composer, and it will automatically open Reality Composer right there. Now we have a bit more customizability, if that makes sense. So there's multiple features. We can look at our scenes. This will come in handy when you have to call your scene and show it. And you have your frame and your frame selected. So if I have this selected, I can click F to zoom in, or not just to zoom in, just to frame in to this. And if I were to click Shift F, I would kind of go out and see the entire scene. So now we don't really need this box. You can click Command S to save. What I think I'm going to do is just show a few of these features, and then we're going to add some stuff. Here's the snap feature, where if I were to add two boxes, I can move this guy around, and if you were to see this yellow line that might pop up soon, it kind of snaps into place. On the bottom of the screen, you might see the yellow line, or I might show it here. Yep, it's snapping into place. That's snap. Or if you want to freely move this wherever, you could do that too. I would like snap on. Modify in space, don't do that much. I'm going to delete these two boxes once again because we don't really need them. So now, here's the two things we can add. We can add text or objects. Now in objects, they have a wide variety of stuff you can add. all the way from activities, arts, food, furnishing, nature, places, retail, storage, symbols, and work. A lot of things you can do. So those are all the objects, but now there's also text. You can just click on the text, it will automatically add it right on your origin. And if you're wondering what origin is, it's this. This is the very center of your actual screen. So this is where you will start. Now, if I were to be here and turn right, I would see this text. Now you can adjust the position, like to whatever, and do whatever you want. You can add font thickness, and you could change its material. Like if you want it to be brass, or if you want it to be like a nice gold, you can do whatever. I'll delete it for now. And now we have play. This is if we have certain objects in this and we have like certain motions or behaviors, which we'll go on to. Now, what I just showed you of that text, those are the properties of it. This is showing box, and our scene is named box. So this is the properties of box. Now you have these. So like if it were to move and it were to be ice, it would slide across your screen. Or if it were to be like plastic, or no, rubber, that might be a better example, it might bounce even higher. So that's that. Now we have edited on iOS. You can take this to Reality Composer on iOS if you want to edit it on your phone, which is a nice cool feature. I haven't tried it yet, but I might. Now, we've already looked at properties and everything else. Here's the funnest part. Behaviors. So now in behaviors, we don't really have anything, but let's add a simple square. I mean, not a square, cube, right there. Let's add a behavior, and let's say we want something to flip. Let's choose our object that we want to tap. Done. And let's choose the one that's affected. Done. Let's make it do a nice 11-second flip. We want it to flip, or actually let's make it blink. That might be cool. Style. Let's have a playful blink. Now, we have this behavior, right? If we were to click play, now we have our entire scene here. And this is what it would do in the real world. That would be a nice playful blink. Now let's make it nice and short. And maybe we want it to be a wild blink. Oh wow. Or we just want a basic blink, which is just that. Or maybe we want it to jiggle. Sorry, I'm just like using a lot of time on this. This is my favorite part of this. It's really cool. So, yeah. Here's a small jiggle. We can also add another action sequence. And we could also have it call attention, move, rotate, blah, 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 spin. And we could make it do it at the same time by dragging this on top of that. Or we could make it do it separately like this. So I would have to drag this all the way on top of this. Now you can see there's no line in between. And now if we were to play, it would just spin and jiggle. So now we've seen what we can do with RealityKit. I will delete this. Now let's get on to building something. So here in Reality Composer, let's grab some objects and soon add some behaviors. Looking through, I think I might add this. So it is going to automatically download it. And it might take a bit to load in. There we go. Now we have this ginormous, really ginormous chess table. Let's go to its properties to possibly scale it down. And with these objects, we can either want it to be stylized, which is how we see it right here. Might not look as realistic. But then we go here, and it looks a bit more realistic. Or we just want iconic, which really we don't want. I'm going to scale this down to like 50%, so like half its size. Maybe 60. 60 is enough. 60.5. That's good. Download a checkerboard. Okay. Now, just to say, this does take up a bit of space. Now, physics, we do want physics in it. Yes, and we want it to act like wood. And collision, its shape should be like a box. Correct. And we'll get into collision a bit more later. Now, let's say we want to add a chess piece. Like, what might be something we can simply add? Maybe not a knight. Let's say we want just a normal rook. That'll be good, because it can move straight. So now this seems extremely big. I'm probably going to bring this down to 60.5% too, so it can kind of match with the size of this. So now, as you can see, it's kind of... That's a bit odd. It's kind of just moving on its own. It's just a bit slow. I'll bring it up. Bit back, maybe. And just looking around, yeah, that's definitely not on the actual thing. Okay, that's a bit too far. That should be good. Now let's move it down. There we go. Now, what we can have is just save this. And instead of adding another object, we have everything here, anchor, whatever. Let's go to our behaviors. Let's add a behavior. Let's make it so that it has a custom behavior. And we want to tap, and then we want this to choose and choose. Okay. It could possibly, well, we just don't want it to move any further up. No, not 0. Let's say like 10. What? Okay, that's a lot. 5. Ah, so it's going from there all the way to now 4.5, 4.25, 4. Okay, that seems correct. So now it's going to move all the way, and let's change its, I would say, Z position to just 30. Negative 30. And let's go here, just 21. That's okay for now. Now we have this. Let's add another action sequence. And I want it to do the same thing. I want it to go to, I want it to stay at this, stay at this, and I want it to ease down then up. And I don't want any sort of rotation. So now, if I were to play this, this might not be fully good, you could say. Let's place this, and then let's see what that does. Ah. So we've gotten the affected object. We've gotten it to move. Now, we could see that later. But we see a small example. We can click play. We're moving our chess piece. Now I kind of want to build something a bit bigger. So now that we've done this, let's add in a sort of bigger thing. Like a place. Maybe just this. Let's see how big this is. Oh, okay. That is very tiny. Let's add this guy. Hoping this guy's any bigger. Okay, we'll have to scale him up. Or wait, how much is that guy scaled to? That's probably, oh, that's 100%? This should probably be like, yeah. That's the wrong way. I'd probably make that 0. 90? Oh, no. 180. Well, that goes like that. 270. There we go. Now we have this. Now let's say we just want to add some like chairs in here. And sorry. I'll show you guys the end product. And this would probably become a bit easier for you guys. So, might as well show you the end product right now. Really, this is all just like other random stuff. If I click this is a golden pill. I just put that in there. Here was the end product. I made it. Neve Steiner. Go inside. We have some nice seats. Okay, that's kind of messed up, but I'll fix that later. If you tap the bread, all the food flips. even the ones on this side. So if I were to tap it here, okay, that's probably too far. Tap it there, all of them flip. If I were to show it, yep. And you have some stuff in there. You also have picture frames in this. You also have this big drum thing that kind of just does whatever. So yeah, now let's go back to that other project. So here I've gotten these 3 walls. Now let's get in a sphere of some sort. And you can click Command C, Command V, Command V. And we got 3 of these. Place each and every one on in front of each. Doesn't really matter where, I guess. And I could probably set a behavior of it. Let's increase its height above the ground. And it's also odd they use centimeters instead of inches, because this is America and people barely use centimeters, I guess. Now, nothing is really perfect, so just to distinguish these, I'll make this one a terracotta. I'll make this one rubber, and I'll make this one steel, just to distinguish them. Now, I guess we want this ball to participate in physics, and we want this to be like really bouncy, I guess. And it's a sphere. That's how it will collide. I'll show you this later. This one, once again, we want it to participate. Let's say this one we want it to be just like concrete. And the last one we'll have it as ice. These colors don't match at all, but it's fine. Now, we could just test what the dynamic thing is, because I actually haven't seen it. So now let's add a behavior. Add a behavior. Tap and add force. Update. Oh, it has to be dynamic. Okay. Choose. Actually, yeah, we only want to tap 1. Okay. Velocity. Go like that. Now let's add another one. Tap and add force. Now let's choose this guy and choose this guy. Let's bring this to 10 again. And last one. Choose. Click on this guy. Done. Choose. Click on this guy. Oh, update. It has to be dynamic once again. Done. And let's go 10. Nice. Okay. Now going here to this. Oh, does it know which direction it's going in? Ah, I don't think I want it to go that way. Ah, okay, I could switch it like this. Can I rotate this? I don't know. I can. I might rotate it like 90 degrees. Now let's check the behaviors. It's a bit hard when you don't have that powerful of a Mac to actually control this editor. Let's take out this behaviors tab maybe for a second. Shift F. Okay, now we're back here. F. Let's go here. Now let's go back to our behaviors here. Click on the add force. And now we want this to be like, yeah. Okay. Let's turn this. Can I possibly turn this around? Oh, I can. Oh, well, okay, that makes more sense. Now I just have to kind of make sure this is pointing the correct direction. Nope, Command C. This. Now, just to check. Oh. Well, they kind of fell. As you can see, this has no properties. It just went through. This will just jump up, because it won't really do anything. Now let's make this guy something. So we added force. Now let's change its direction here. Oh, no, for this guy. Let's turn around. And that's, what the heck? Okay, I'm going to quickly set this up. Okay, here we have it pretty much set up. That really didn't take that long. It's just because whenever the recording software is on, it's kind of slow. Let's click play. Now we can see just the physics on this too. That one bounced a bit because that's terracotta. This one, steel, bounces a bit. Rubber, not that much. Let's click this. We add in some physics. Really nothing, because there's no physics on this. And that one just completely goes through. If we were to do this again, that's what it would do. Now, if we were to add some more velocity, like a lot of velocity, that can happen. And I feel like what might be cool with this is dominoes. And you guys can do that on your own. So how we would run this in an Xcode project is save this up, close it. Now we have it all ready into our Xcode project. And you would just click Command R to run it, and it would run. So let's move on to the outro. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos about iOS development, now RealityKit, and a lot more on the channel. Once again, I am trying to get to 200 subscribers by 2021. So if you guys like more of these RealityKit videos, I can do more and make some cool projects or do whatever. And whatever suggestions you have, in the end, just you can put them in the comments. So yeah, bye.